All right. Well, good evening. Let's start class. Stays up. Maxo. Maxo yame. Show me. Hey. Okay. Hey. Let's warm up. All right. Start with some jumping jacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 22, 23, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. All right. Ankle around. Reverse. Knee. Hip. Other ankle. Around. Reverse. Knee. Hip. Hips around. Reverse. Shoulders. Reverse. Arms. Reverse. Crossing. Palms up. Over your shoulders. And twisting. Bend your left knee, both feet flat. So today we'll be going over the final review of Chinte. So this is most of the details that came from the 29th January instructor training class. Ankle over, hands down, hands up, hip down. So this is gonna be slightly more detailed than the first or second class, but it's assumed that you know the kata for the most part and just work on the small nuances. Hands to the floor. So particularly this is, now Chinte from what I've seen has changed a little bit over time. So slight variations. So a lot of this may be like ISKF proprietary branding. So if you would do it this way, it'd be clear this is ISKF kata. Shoulders back. There are other ways to do the kata. I'm not going to discount those, and the interpretation of rationale between why the hands move a certain way, why the elbows or feet, that's probably going to be valid. So I'm not discounting any of that, but I just want to make sure if you do an ISKF test, you got to do it these ways. Other side, both feet flat. So focus would be in hands. You know, name of the kata is rare hands, so a lot of these hand techniques you don't see any other kata. So that will probably be the high majority of what I'll be explaining this today. Ankle over, hands up, hip down. So again, if you have questions about a particular technique, I will try to answer it. And again, I don't have a lot of other kata to compare it to, so I may not be able to come up with an answer that's consistent or one at all. So feel free to ask. Hands down. And shoulders back. Up, head up and down. Left to right. Ear to shoulder. And around. Reverse. And shake it out. Turn around, straighten your gi. All right. So we'll go through the kata once with count, and then we'll go through some of the details. For the most part, I'll be doing the details right there in the move of the kata rather than breaking down the kihon. There's about 11 points I want to go through, but most of them I'll probably speed through pretty quick. So again, Shihan did this in 45 minutes, so I have 45 minutes. Let's see if I can squeeze it in the same amount of time. So again, 2 sets forward, 2 sets back, 2 to the right and 1 to the left. So approximately middle of the room and you'll be good. So for me, that is right here. Okay, let's go with count, bow down to Chinte. So with count, no critique. Ich, ni, sam, shi, go, roku, shichi, hachi, shi, hip, ich, ni, sam, shi, right leg back. Now left leg, left shoulder going toward the opposite direction. Go. Rook. Up in your left leg. Sich. Right hand. Hutch. Q. Left hand. Ju. Ich. Left foot. Knee. Sam. Right foot. Yeah, right foot forward. Okay. Now right foot shifts. Go. Okay. Rook. Sich. Hutch. Hasamazuke. So almost Kagazuke. 2. Ju. Ichi. Sorry. Nikiai. Hum. Sam. Shi. Go. Rook. Okay, so understand me, this is a hard kata to teach because you're facing the camera. Okay, yeah, I was wondering, I was looking at you guys saying you flipped around. I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta call right, left. Okay, so first point. So the first move, again, there's a lot of subtleties in this kata, and so there's not a, so it's more about when not to use power than when to use power. And so I'll be repeating that for each time. So for the first move for Yoi, from here, let me pull it a little bit. So okay, I can't really get the red line to my shoulders, but from here, just bringing your elbows up, very soft movement, no power in the shoulders. So you're not doing this. So that's not what you're doing. So you're just kind of just bending at the elbows and bringing your hands together. So very soft first move. So Yoi, from Hisokadashi, just bring the elbows up. So when I first saw this kata, I thought, oh, that's a real lazy opening. No, it's a very subtle, nice and soft. So no power in that first move, no strong move. So it's very soft Yoi. Okay, next one, the timing on the moves 2 and 3. So the first move goes out, ich. Okay, now the count between 2 and 3. Yes, you're looking to the right. The moment your right hand comes under the left hand kind of bounces right off that. So from right hand coming left, it's boom. So Shihan explained like this. So one's hand, one connects, the other one goes. So it's not this 1, 2. It's not pedantic. It's kind of preserving the momentum. Okay. So very soft movements coming in and immediately collects, continues with the movement. So almost like if you were to do it perpetually, it would almost look like it's continuous movement. Okay. Okay. So we talked about this one 2 weeks ago. So just like the Chinte, Jean, Joan, your left foot comes out for as long as possible. And then when it gets in stand position, up. So it's a very violent last movement. So from here, I'm going to bring my left hand's out. I'm going to bring my left foot out and wait to the very last moment, then turn. Okay. So that is a very prolonged lag in that technique. So let's do the first 3 techniques again. So yoi. Okay, just bend your elbows, nice and easy. There you go, no shoulder. Itch. Knee, continue. Some. Yes, good. Okay, so one caveat about this one. Fingertips touching. Shoot those. So thumb is tight, fingertips touching. There was a point in time when there was making a triangle. There's a point in time when you cross the fingers. So for now, we're doing 2 shutos, fingertips touching. So that's what we're doing today. You may have seen this in the past. You may have seen this in the past. Those are okay, but today we're going to, today forward, symmetrically touching fingertips, thumbs tucked tight like age shuto. So minor detail about that. I'm not going to consider the other ones wrong, but this is the branding we have today. Okay, so next one. This one we're doing over and over and over, the punching your own hand. Okay, so here is the trick. So my left hand is near this blue line. Okay, so just like in Heian Yanda, when you do kick and then your right elbow comes out. Okay, you're not trying to catch the fist. In fact, watch the blue line relative to my hand. At the same position. So I am not doing this. I'm not bringing my hand to my fist. I am punching my fist. So my hand is going to stay near that blue line right here as long as possible. So if you see, my arms are elongated here, not tight. Okay. So the way Sensei Shihan explained it is almost the very last moment from here, you make a wall with your hand. So you go from tatezuke to make a wall, and then you slam your hand into it. Okay. Yes. So the elbows do not come in. So from here, boom. So if I have my arms apart, my elbows are, almost straight. There's a limit to you can't do straight zuki and punch your hand with tatezuke. So what you're not doing is bending your elbows in like a block. It is not this. I'm bringing my hand to it. So you are not catching your hand, you're punching your hand. Okay, so make sure, and also remember, furudachi, zenkuritsudachi. Furudachi, zenkuritsudachi. Yes. So there's don't do it too much. I swear this hurts a lot. Okay. This is the one drill I hate about this kata. You do this kata well, your hands hurt at the end of it. I can't really close my hand or have trouble typing the next step. Okay. So let's do those moves up to this ki. Okay. So here's Sokudachi, your easy shoulders, your itch, knee, some, she, remember, don't catch your hand, go, boku, sich, hachi, two, ju, sorry, that is 2 counts. Okay, so again, we went over this in the bunkai last week. From here, this is an immediate turn. So from here, key-eyed and turn. So this needs to be very quick. Okay. So that left leg, don't think of stepping with your left leg. So right now, okay, you can see my feet. So my feet right now on opposite sides of the red line. So from here, the moment I hit, obviously my left foot moves. But don't think of stepping with your left foot as much as yanking your hip, and your left foot will come. So don't step as much as pull. And you'll turn very quick if you pull your hip. So that's a very quick move. Okay. All right. Hey, Sergey. All right. So let's continue there. So we did the, so from the beginning, just to recount, Sergey. So from the yoi, easy shoulders. Don't hike your shoulders up, just easy shoulders. And then from here, once you bring the right hand to your left immediately moves. So it's almost like it's continuous movement. So obviously this is not the counter, but that's the feeling where the moment your hand comes to rest, you don't stop, the other hand starts moving. And as we discussed last week, left foot in, left foot in, left foot in, left foot in, and then the last moment, turn. Yes. So Sergey, for this one, the hands, fingertips touching, thumbs tight. So at one point in time it was this, but not anymore. So yeah, 2 shutos touching the middle and the pointer finger, or very close to there. Doesn't have to be exact, but it could be here, but it's not covering. So we're not covering. At some point in time it was that, but not anymore. Some people may do that, but that's just a distinction between organizations. Okay, and again, from here, do not bring the hand back. Is keep the hand where the blue line is. So you should have almost straight arms by the time you're done. You're not bending your elbows for this one. So all these tate zukes from furudachi, the zenkutsudachi, don't bring your hand in. Don't leave your hand out. So if you notice my hand is on the blue line. Okay. Yes. So this is hard because you almost have your elbows straight, but not entirely. It definitely certainly helps to go from furudachi to zenkutsudachi. It's much easier on the hip and elbows. Okay, so again, not catching your hand, punching your hand, which means the punching hand travels the most distance. Okay, so this is the move, which I swear is really hard. So we get to here, boom, 2, 3, kick, heel. So from here, there's this weird, I guess, no more than 360, but yeah, 360 sweeping where your hand comes out, goes down, and then goes around. Okay, so first caveat is from here, my right hand goes slightly outside my body as I'm coming in, and first, knuckles up on the first pass. When you come around, knuckles down. So you rotate, so the first time you catch it, down, I'm sorry, knuckles up and then knuckles down. Okay, so that's the first caveat with the right hand. Left hand just pulls back. Next caveat, the stance. So from here, bent knee first. From here, bend the knee. On the second time through, right as you're about to finish, then stand up. Okay, so let's practice that a few times because the timing is very weird. Again, knuckles down, I'm sorry, knuckles up, then knuckles down. Okay, so knuckles up, knuckles down, and don't stand up until the very last moment. So from here, okay, let's do this in 2 counts. First count, itch, second count, knee. I'm gonna do it sideways so you can see my knee profile. Ready?
I have a question. It's a strike or a block?
Good question. So the way we teach this, okay, the first one from here, this is a block. You're catching someone's leg. And then you bring their leg over their head. And then why would you block again? Which you're not. Okay. So in the second one, think of this as a kensui, like you're striking pinky side. So from here, you caught their leg. So if I'm kicking you, you caught my leg, then you're dragging it over your head, and I'm clearly displaced, and then you're probably striking me somewhere as I'm falling down. So the first one here is a block, and then right here you're done blocking. Once it gets to here, agirite, that's the strike. So the first part, block, second part, strike kensui. So the answer is yes and no. Yes at first, no at second. Okay. So let's do the technique. Try to get the timing so you don't stand up until the very last moment, and making sure knuckles up first, knuckles down the second time around. So I think I'm trying to figure the best angle here. So let me go. You can see my right knee because that's the one that's probably the most prominent. Okay, so right hand up, left. Okay, 2 counts. Itch. Stay bent, stay down. Knee. Yes. Feel like the last moment, you're standing up and striking. Ready? 2 counts. Itch. Knee. Make sure you're not prominent at the very end. Pushing your weight into your heels. Okay. 1 count. We're making sure to catch, strike. Okay. Remember, large movement. And there's gonna be a lot of this where your elbow is near your face. Like my elbow is near my ear. There's gonna be a lot of this, large movements. Ready? 1 count. Make it smooth. Stand up at the very end. Itch. Try to make it a continuous arm motion. Don't have to go fast. Just make a continuous arm motion. Reset. Knee. That was too early. Okay. So Isaiah, make sure by the time you get to here, your arm's high, not close. So don't think about making a tight circle. Make my finger a big circle. Yes. Okay. The very last quarter, yeah. Go ahead and drag it in, but yeah, make sure you have your elbow really swinging near your face and your hip level. Ready? 1 count. Some. Stood up too early. So again, stay low, stay low. Reset. She. Oh. As you just pop in the very end, make sure keep your weight low. So from here, so this is stance, okay? So my head is gonna stay ideally below this red line. 1, 2, okay. So feel like almost like kosudachi, really low, okay. Hold on a second. I'm going to fix something real quick so I can actually see Sergey. Right now he's blocked. No, it's not your fault, Sergey. It's the fact that I have 3 people and you're in the bottom. Okay, there we go. Now I can see. Okay, so 1 count, just right hand because that's the kata. Okay, so ready? Itch. You're standing up too early, Sergey. Stay low, stay low. Feel like, see my head from here? Yes, there we go. Feel like that last moment, you're kind of standing up and scooping. Ready? 1 count, full speed. Itch. There we go. Yeah, that looks strong. Knee. Some. Good. Yeah, so that last moment when you're really slamming your hand down, that's really going to test your hisokodachi. It's a really difficult stance to hold power, especially when you're rotating around like this. Okay, so let's go from the beginning up to that point in time. We'll do the next one. So from the beginning, right, easy shoulders. Itch. Some. She. Go. Roku. 6. 8. 9. 10. 1. 2. 3. Sit up too early. Okay, from here, the next one. This is the, again, watch my arms. They're kind of, geez, let me back up a little bit. Okay, so there's minimal elbow movement here. So from here, I'm not really bending my elbows much at all. So this is almost swing your shoulder, okay? There's, again, a lot of bring your elbows near your ear. This is a very large circle movement, yes. So the bunkai for this one is throwing someone. I looked in the book. I watched how Shaun did it on the 29. And I don't think I can comfortably do that to someone out, putting their foot in my face. It's a very interesting technique to be able to throw someone by swinging your shoulder like this. And again, you're not bring your elbows in. Your hands are really full extension. So just gonna feel like this, except you're shifting in kibarashi each way. So there's just really no good way to teach that one without just saying keep your elbows up and pretend you're throwing someone. Don't really have a whole lot of practice. Again, don't see that in any other kata. Okay, so let's go to the next one, and we'll lump that one in. So, Nakadaka Ippon Ken. So this one. So the middle finger sticks out, and ideally you're squishing the middle finger knuckle between these. And some people, I think it really only works if you brace the middle knuckle with your thumb. This I just don't think works. You're gonna have your finger cave in. So I will actually buttress by pushing my thumb up. I really don't know if I would strike someone other than a soft spot like the neck or in between the ribs with this one. I just don't have very good confidence in this one. But this is technically Nakadaka Ippon Ken. So this is Ippon Ken, which is the pointer finger being braced by the thumb. This is Nakadaka Ippon Ken. So again, single knuckle punch. So if you're here, when the right leg's up, okay, when the hand comes down, let me back up a little bit. When the hand comes down, it is a large movement. Again, my elbow clearing by my ear and down. Same thing with the second technique. Elbow is going over the head and down. So if you look at the book, they actually show this very clearly twice. Is the first move with the right hand, it clearly goes over the head. Okay, and then the second move, this one right here, he's bringing his left hand over his head. Okay, so left hand's going, his elbow's near his ear. So these are large sweeping over the head movements. Again, rare hands is the name of the kata. Very strange hands. So let's go up to that point in time. 1, 2, from the beginning. So again, Nakadaka Ippon Ken, both the right hand and the left hand, single knuckle punch. Probably the only time you'll use those two techniques in the kata. Okay, so from the beginning, right, easy shoulders. So yeah, don't bring your shoulders up at all, just kind of bend at the elbows. Okay, and put your hands right on your belly button. Not on the side, right in the middle. Yes. Okay, so left hand, thumb out, right hand, thumb up. Yes. Ready? It's knee. Some. She. Go. Oku. Six. Hachi. 9. 1. 2. 3. 4. Now toward the camera, go. Look. Toward your left leg. 6. Right hand first. Hach. 9. Okay. So next technique is Nihon Nukute. 2-finger punch, but this one just uchi, just block. Okay. The next technique, so watch the camera, watch the flight in my left hand. Stays low, stays low, stays low, and the very end comes up. So it is not, I'm coming at the camera the entire time. That is not the technique. It's almost like Agezuke, it's almost like this. Just like an MP. From here, you're stepping in, stay low, stay low, stay low. Very last moment, finger in the face. So another thing that Shihan mentioned, it is easier. Use this for example. So instead of trying to do this, and try to poke to the eyes, use the heel of your hand, strike, then poke. So strike, then poke, which means the hand moves like this. Low, up, strike with the palm heel, in. So almost like you're grabbing their chin, then sticking your fingers in their eyes. So you're not trying to aim straight at their eyes. You're actually grabbing their face, then fingers in the eyes. So clearly not tournament legal, so don't ever try that in a dojo, but that is the goal. You're not just trying to straight go for someone's eyes, you're kind of going up, grabbing their face, then fingers in the eyes. So there's a very strange wrist movement at the very end where you almost have your fingers pointing to yourself and then it. So almost like a over hooking movement rather than a straight poking movement. So that, again, only kata you will see this technique, Ippon Nihon Ken. Okay, so from here again, let's start left leg. Okay, Nakanaka Ippon Ken, right hand first. Ich, ni, okay, ichu, some. Okay, left hand, focus on trajectory. Shi. Okay, now left hand uchi. Go. Okay, right hand, focus on trajectory. Roku. Okay, good. Next movement from here. This is again a weird shoulder, so I'm going to face this way. So from here, you're stepping into Fudodachi. I'm going to lead my arm behind. So that's about it, guys. So I'm going to face this way. So I just poke, lead my arm behind, get in a stance, and then swing it in. So it's kind of a loose shoulder. So loose shoulder, and the very last moment. The moment your foot gets here, then the shoulder tightens up. So it is not this. Not this hand and shoulder at the same time. It's a lagging shoulder, as opposed to a stiff shoulder would just look like this. No. So keep the elbow back as long as possible. Once you get in the Fudodachi, then swing it in. Same thing for the other side. From here, keep the shoulder back. Don't just try to push in. Don't try to push in as much as, this is a terrible show. Kind of whip your left arm in. Yeah. And also from here, Fudodachi, and just like all the others, Zenkutsudachi. Okay, so slightly bent. So not necessarily straight out here, slightly bent. Okay, so this one is, what is the name of it? This is not Hasamizuki, that's the next one, but it's Mawashi Taito, Komite. We're kind of coming in. So again, so let's start from the last right hand eye poke, which is going to be, if you're facing the camera, to the left of the camera. So for this example, go ahead and push your left shoulder to the camera so you're actually looking at me when I do this rather than facing away. So the kata just got flipped. So final right hand, Nihon Ken. So again, leave the shoulder behind, step into Zenkutsudachi, step into Fudodachi with your right foot toward the camera. Ich. Okay. Now, left foot, Zenkutsudachi. Knee. Actually, Sergey, put your right foot toward the camera. Yeah. So from here, knee. Kind of whip your shoulder around. So Sergey, kind of leave your shoulder behind, and once your kind of knee comes forward, then kind of swing your hand in. Yeah, there you go. So let's start from here again. Left foot, left hip toward the camera, right hand forward. And this is, okay. So step to your left, then swing your right. So leave the shoulder behind as long as possible, loose, and then slam it in. So Sergey, rotate, put your left foot to the other wall. There you go. Okay, now step in with your right foot. Ich. No, step on your right foot, Sergey. Switch feet, Sergey. Step in with your right foot. Yes. Knee. So not necessarily a static swing as much as like you're whipping your arm around. So both arms. This is where your shoulders actually need to be very loose. You have tight shoulders, like more. Okay, next one, Hasamazuki. So I'm gonna face away from the camera. So first, Yoko, get on right, double side. So from here, don't do this. Okay. There's no body connection there. Your hands are too far out. We're gonna practice this for our first few times. Bring your fist. So from here, bring your fist to your side. And now, in the second move, slide your elbows against your hip and point your hands out. And then circle in Hasamazuki. So this one, knuckles facing upward. Okay. So it is you're hitting someone in both floating ribs, punching in. So it's not in, it's not sideways, it's around. So if you look down, look like this. So not straight, not out in, but elbows out and then circle around. But you want to use your shoulders as little as possible, which is very weird because this is obviously a shoulder flexibility move. So we're going to practice it first. Bring your hands to your hip. In second move, brush your arm against your hip while bring your hands out. At the very last moment, kind of flip them in. Yeah, so the idea is you go out, like here my hands are way beyond my shoulders. So not here, my hands are way outside the shoulders. And then I'm trying to drive my elbows out, my hands in, which will circle my hands. Yeah. So 1, 2. So let's practice that from standing first, because this is, again, your shoulders need to be the right amount of loose and tense because rotation. So just from here, from Shizente. So just put your hands in the hip. So 2 counts. First count, 1, elbows tight, hands out. Second count, flip in. Okay, and try not to use your shoulder. I know it's hard instruction to say that, but try to use your core rather than your shoulder, which mechanically is really hard. So ready? Reset. 1. Keep your elbows tight, Sergey. Keep your elbows tight, Sergey. 2. Reset. 1, 2. So keep your shoulders down. Don't bring your elbows up. So let your elbows circle around. Try to keep them a low circle. Ready? Itch. Knee. Okay. Now let's try it. 1 move. Make sure you're going out and flipping in, not just flipping your hands over. So feel like a circle movement without letting your shoulders escape. That's the hard part. Ready? Itch. Reset. So I'm trying to get some. This red line's not helping me much, but obviously my shoulders never go above the red line. But use this white space between the red line of my shoulders to understand. Knee. Yeah. It's shoot on level, not jut on. Shoot on. Some lower. So don't let your arm straighten out so it has to go high. It's a very close technique, very close. Shoot. Try to really, this last moment, trade your elbows with your hands and kind of create a circular movement. Go. So Sergey, remember, make sure you point your elbows, point your hands out, then tuck in. Okay, so not necessarily sideways as much as angle. So not all the way to the side, but more toward and in. So if you watch a blue line from here, my hands meet the blue line when my elbows are touching. My hands aren't going much farther than the blue line. Okay, so I'm not going out here. It's very close to the blue line. So it's a very close technique. Yeah. Again, strange hands. This is not Kagezuke. Kagezuke is slightly different. When Kagezuke crosses your center line, this is Kagezuke, but stop right in the middle. Okay. So let's start from the beginning. So face away from the camera. Let me show you this first. So again, we just had right hand, Furudashi, left hand, Zinkutsudachi, Yoko Gedanburai. And then from here, left hand swings around. First count, Furudachi. And then second count, Hasame Izuki. Okay. So face away from the camera, right leg forward, both hands, Yoko Gedanburai. So remember, left foot moves into Furudashi first, right hand at your hip. Itch. Okay. Now swing out. Knee. Furudachi. Okay, Furudachi. Yeah. You set? Senkutsudachi. Right leg away from the camera. Step. Itch. Elbows tight. Elbows tight. Knee. One count from here. Make sure your hands touch your belt for now. At a later time, once you get more core connection, you don't have to touch your hands to your belt. Okay, one count. Ready? Starting Yoko Gedanburai. Itch. Okay. Set. Knee. So Asaya, make sure when you're turning around, you're going in the entire time. Don't come back and go in. Feel like your head is, or you release your torso from here. So try to pivot in more than back. It may be the camera angle, but it looks like you're stepping away. Okay. Two more times. Ready? Itch. Good, good, good. You're set. Knee. All right, good. Okay, so Hasame Izuki, double hip punch. So last technique, I swear this is the pop quiz question all the time. Like, what is the purpose of the last moves? And I always tell people the 3 hops are to get back to your mark. I'm sure you can read something into it, but just because they're seeming arbitrary, that doesn't mean you can't do it poorly. So the idea is after you do from here, left hand out. So it's not step 1, 2. Okay. There's a bit of a subtlety of it where I'm staying low. So from here, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So although I'm hopping, don't get the feeling of up and down. Get the feeling of trying to drag your feet while jumping. So from here, feeling is, so the focus is more on kind of trying to drag your toes each time. Okay, so it's not a lumbering movement. Okay, so let's try that. Try to make it a little subtle, that you're hopping away without looking like you're hopping, which is a hard thing to say and do. So the idea is here, boom, boom. So I want to keep my nose around the same height. Everything's really happening below the hips. So let's finish. Ki, itch. Make sure you have enough space. Draw back to your right foot. Itch. For men, it's a lot easier because you have short hair, so you can't see it. I swear, every time I see a girl's hair pop up and down, I'm like, oh, I'm going to count points off. That's just because they have longer hair. So this is one of the times where long hair in a kata does not help you. So from here, itch. Ni, sam, shi, go. So bit of a quiet movement. So that one, again, not a really great Bankai fluid, but it's more to get back on your mark. So any questions about the techniques we've gone through so far? Yes, Yuko?
So the last one, it's not the hands are close to body, or it's more like this when you drag it?
So in this case, I'm keeping my hand. So the hand is same place it would be for Yoi. For like, let's say Chinte.
Oh, Chinte?
Yeah, same movement here.
Okay.
So not anything close or anything like that. So just, so from here, 1, so arms straight. And when I come back, arms bent, approximately the distance where I'm swinging back goes under my chin. That'll be a block. Not too close, not too far, definitely not here, not where you finish the technique. So there is a bit of a bending motion here. So just so that from here, your yoi ends up exactly where it is. So again, I swear this is only to get back on your mark, but it is part of the kata. So any questions about those techniques so far? Okay, so yes, Isaiah?
Yeah, I just want to confirm the number of hops. It's 3, right?
Yes,
Together, 1, 2, 3.
yes. So let me use this as an example. So I'm going to finish here my right foot. Okay, the first one gets back to the mark. The next two, straight back. Okay. So this is where during tournaments you figure out, am I here or am I here? Because if I'm here, I'm going to do this. 1, 2, 3. I'm not going to have much of a difference. So that is your chance to get back to your mark per se, if you know the center line of where you're going to be. So I have these nice 4 cheats. You have tiles. Yuko, you might have a spot in the floor, but yeah. So this is the angle which you go back is based on how to get back to your imbusi. So, simple as that. Okay, so let's do the whole kata with count, and then I'm not going to call it each time. We're going to have to focus on something, but I'll try to when I can. Okay, so bow down, Chinte. Your easy shoulders. Right hand on top of left, Sergey, and right near belly button. Ready? Ich. Knee. Straight. Some. She. Hit the hand, not catch the hand. Go. Roku. Sich. Hachi. Quick turn after the ki. Two. Ich. Knee. Remember, stand up to the very end. Some. Get on. Below the waist. She. Long arms. Go. Look. Okay. Toward your left. Sit. Hutch. Two. Itch. Down and up. Hutch. 2. Loose arms. Shoot. Itch. Knee. Touch your belt. Thumb. She. I'm gonna reach for your hand. Go. Baku. Sich. Hachi. Low hops. 2. Ju. Itch. Yama. All right. A lot of Ishin kata, very subtle techniques. Okay. One more time with count, no call outs. Okay. So closer to kata rhythm. Okay. Bow down, Chinte. Yo. Ich. Ni. Some. She. Go. Roku. Sich. Hachi. Two. Itch. Knee. Some. She. Go. Roku. Sichi. Hutch. Two. Itch. Knee. Some. She. Go. Sich. Hachi. Two. Ju. Itch. Knee. Some. She. Go. Gonna. Good. Any questions? All right. Let's finish class. So yeah. マクソマクソやめ。道場君。一つ人間関係にその方向。一つ誠の無償を守ること。一つ野球の親しのよう、わしのこと。一つ礼儀を思いそうこと。一つ結においうましのこと。しょうもね。はい。あったね。